Good afternoon from the press box at Maryland Stadium. It's Tuesday. We just talked to Coach Durkin. I'm Wayne Viener. That's Bruce Posner. Bruce, what's your takeaway from that big win over Texas and what Coach Durkin had to say today?
Before I get into that, first of all, phenomenal work on videos in Texas. You and Mason were great. I encourage everybody to go to terptalk.com and to Wayne Terp to check out the videos. Just tremendous work. Coach Durkin a little bit sad about the two injuries, but he was certainly upbeat. Tremendous confidence in the defense. Quizzed to death on Kasim Hill, which we would expect. Right. And you saw confidence. I saw confidence from him. All right, you see him more than I do. How did you feel?
I think that he just sort of had to keep on going because he's brought in the culture of winning. He's changed some things around here. I think it was evident in the way that Maryland hit on defense, the way they didn't crumble when things went bad on offense. That game was pretty close. I watched it again. I know you've seen it several times. My takeaway from watching the game again was at the end of the third quarter, Kasim comes in and throws that pass to DJ Moore. That game was really in doubt. The Texas crowd was back in it, and anything could have gone any way there.
It just seemed like we were going to win, though. It just seemed like it. I mean, the whole time, our defense was stellar. Really only gave up 13 points. You had the two interception and the two touchdowns from the special teams and a gimme at the end. Hey, the defense was great.
Well, I'm happy that Maryland, in a way, got tested there at the end. They had a big lead. It came back, and then Maryland dominates the next quarter and wins the fourth quarter. Every football game, every team ever been on, and when that fourth quarter comes, put up those four that we're going to own this. Maryland owned that fourth quarter. Meyer Consulting Engineers. In the past 5 years, our organization has completed over 1,300 projects in the U.S. and abroad, including many structures at the University of Maryland. For structural engineering and materials testing and inspection, call Meyer Consulting Engineers.
Bottom line to me, here's a key thing from the game. Was that Terrell Pigrom out there? Okay, because to me, when you think about it from last year, it was not the same kid. And what does that tell me? That Coach Durkin and his staff are able to coach kids up. Because this was a completely different kid, much more mature, throwing great passes, pocket presence to some point, knew when to run, knew when to pitch, knew when to do everything. And this was not the kid we saw last year. Now, it's sad that he's not going to be here, but, I think that he will earn the red shirt because he only played one game. And he'll be in stiff competition no matter what quarterback is here next year or how well Kasim plays. To me, he was greatly impressive. I guess maybe. And the funny thing is his injury didn't happen on a tackle or a helmet or nothing.
That happened to me once.
Yeah,
I just blew up my ACL by myself.
You can happen walking up steps, but the kid was great. And it's just a real shame.
Yes, it is. And then on the other hand, not to say there's anything good comes out of injuries, you saw depth. You saw why people say these are top 20 recruiting classes. They went to the next kid, and he was ready across the board. Seemed like they were ready for this moment. And you keep waiting to see, and it's still early, when all these top 20 recruiting classes are actually going to gel. Saw a little bit of that on Saturday, and that makes me greatly optimistic for the future.
Here's a little tidbit for our Texas friends that intercepted our websites, okay? Your coach was thoroughly outcoached by Mr. Durkin, all right? DJ had this team ready. They were mentally ready, and you saw it when they gave up the touchdown right away, and they didn't flinch. And I thought that Herman made some bad mistakes, not going for the extra point, going for the deuce. I thought that his just keep going for it on fourth down.
But they weren't ready for it. They didn't have a play that looked like it was ready for fourth down in prime time.
And where was their vaunted front seven on defense? I mean, Ty Johnson went through them like they didn't exist. 11 carries, 132 yards.
Right.
But, wow. What a game.
We got to jump back inside for the rest of the press event. Who's on Terp Talk tomorrow night? Brought to you by Coons Ford.
He's going to be probably one of the coaches, and certainly I could go for 1 hour on a soliloquy tomorrow. And we got to mention the two soccer teams doing great.
You going to sing tomorrow?
I might see the eyes of Texas.
Again,
yeah. Because
a reprise.
And tomorrow's show will be dedicated to a person who I think deserves the dedication. and that is Matthew McConaughey. All right, because Mr. Texas, he went down.
Right.
He went down. It was
Hard.
great. It was great.
All right, that's Bruce. I'm Wayne, live in College Park. We will see you on the radio Wednesday night, 6 o'clock, Saturday morning at 9 for the Sports Maven.
You coming in?
Yeah, we got to be there. It's first
game.
home game.
Yeah, I
and then we'll
agree.
be back here after the game in College Park. Good afternoon.